what's the word, chat, you feel me? I was just outside getting my sunlight in, but you know, it was just too much to have the sun beaming me, you feel me? And trying to, you know, hold the whiteboard and, you know, convey my message, just so y'all can interpret it, you know, how I truly want y'all to. And, you know, why do I do that? Because I'm passionate about, you know, what I talk about, right? You know, I want change for my people, right? But I also want change for the world. So, you know, when I'm talking about the benefits of sun gaze, you know, I'm not talking about what's just written on the board, right? I'm talking about the ideals and, you know, knowledge that will flow around off the stimuli of, you know, me, you know, talking about that real. Right? So flowing into it, you know, if you take 5 minutes of your day, right, really just to step outside and get some sun, you feel me? You're gonna get improved mood and energy by increasing exposure to natural sunlight, right? What this is gonna do is it's gonna regulate your body's internal clock, right? So you won't be feeling, you know, at noon super tired, or you feel me, at nighttime when you got a dumb amount of energy, right? And when I'm talking about sun gazing, I'm not talking about just the benefits of, you feel me, getting the love from the sun. No, I'm talking about the actual action of stepping outside your comfort zone and doing something for just 5 minutes. You feel me, putting your phone down, you know, getting away from the internet, right? And formulating a new good habit. That way your brain gets that dopamine of you feeling successful, right? Too many times do people say, like, people that work OT during the week, right? Too many times do they say, like, on the weekend, you feel me, I finally get to wild out and be myself, right? But, you know, during the week, you're supposed to do things that are good for you, you know, good habits, and just so you can not feel the struggles of, you feel me, your life being on a constant cycle, right? You know, you also get better sleep patterns due from excess melatonin production, right? So if you go outside, you know, just for 5 minutes, right, that night you're destined to sleep better. These are all facts, by the way. You're going to be destined to sleep better because your body is going to be able to produce more melatonin. Crazy, right? And last but not least, right, it increases your connection with nature through quiet time, right? Why is this important? Why is increasing your relationship with nature important, right? Because there's always going to be forces at work around us, right? And, you know, if you just, you know, if you're living good, you feel me, you know, paying your regards to nature, right? You know, not doing wrong by anybody, it's gonna come back to you favorably, right? You may not know when, you may not know how, you may not know why, but I promise you it will, right? We out.